Hi, I'm John Hammond. I'm an English teacher at Fountain Lake High School, and this is my classroom. I just wanted to walk you through kind of a normal day here. It's just after spring break. Kids are antsy, and it is my lunch break. So I just wanted to kind of record where I am, give you an idea of what my classroom is like and how I teach. So this is a wall of inspiration of great writing. Some of my favorite writers and a lot of people that I feature in my class, like Poe and O'Connor, are up here. And also, I have a couple of things to make this sentence sing thing I got from one of my creative writing professors. And so I will write MTSS on comp papers when someone has worded something awkwardly, just to find a different way to say, hey, this is awkward, and encourage them to really make it sing. This is basically my motto as a teacher: the best do more. I was a judo athlete, and an ex-Olympian told me at a clinic once, John, the people who really accomplish something are the ones that put in more work. The best always do more. And so I tell my kids in class, if you can write two more sentences in that paragraph, if you can use up more of the time that you have in class in order to get work done, if you can take the time you've got and get more work into it, uh, put a metaphor in there, whatever, it will be better. Always try to find ways not to waste time in class. I keep a personal collection of books like most English teachers. It includes stuff I've read my whole life. Kids can borrow at any time. I have a couple of my own plays up here that are published, and some posters of my plays that have been produced, just to kind of inspire the kids. I have a little collection of my Tennessee Williams books here because I'm a Tennessee Williams scholar. I have a published essay, and we're working on a Williams play in comp right now, and I wanted them to have all those resources available as sources for the play. So I try to make my classroom inviting, and I try to keep things fun and goofy sometimes. So it's after spring break right now, and kids are not very motivated, and it's hard for them to get into like heavy texts. So right now we're working on a project where we're studying disco music and funk music and trying to figure out how to write definitions for them just based on listening to the sound. And we're about to put together slideshows that compare them and allow the kids to think about like what makes a song funk and what makes a song disco. Put a slideshow together, help them pull examples and do some critical thinking about it so that we're writing about something other than just texts. All right. Out on the table here is a selection of we keep journals in the class. I use a lot of journal entries. Sometimes I'll grade 3 journal entries at a time, but for quick responses and checks for understanding and that type of thing. From time to time, I have some kids who are dyslexic, and they're mixed in with some high academic achieving writing kids, so I'll do things like sketch notes as a way to confirm understanding and higher level understanding, but using graphical devices. Sometimes I'll have them write songs, stuff like that, just different ways to do things. I always stand. I stand all day long, usually noodling around. I never sit behind my desk. So I have this standing desk set up here, and it gives me a nice vantage of the class. Up here on the board, you can see where I keep notes for the day about what we're doing, and the schedule I keep is here. I have 4 English preps. One of them is creative writing. I have 2 units of comp. I have an advisory class with about 13 ninth graders, and I teach English 11 and English 12. So I keep track of what we're doing for the day up here, and I also use Google Classroom to keep track of things and put assignments. Most assignments are on paper, but the assignment is delivered by Google Classroom, and I'll put it up on the screen. On the wall here, you see some of the works, some of the major novels and plays that I've worked on this year. So in 11th grade, we did Gatsby, True Grit, which I introduced to the school, and The Crucible. I've actually been in a production of The Crucible, having played John Proctor, and I know somebody who was in the True Grit movie, and they made a video for me about their experience that I got to show to the kids. And so I try to bring like personal experiences and things like that into class. I have taught 7 major literary works this year across these classes, and right now we have just started The Member of the Wedding by Carson McCullers as the last thing my seniors are going to read. This is a little college wall. I have up here the colleges I attended and that I have taught at. So Hendrix College was my alma mater. It's a private school in Central Arkansas, a liberal arts school. I got my theater degree there. Sewanee in Tennessee is in the same conference as Hendrix, and this is where I got my Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, where I specialized in fiction. University of Central Arkansas is a public college where I got my first teaching experience, adjuncting, getting kids ready to take comp. And National Park College is sort of like, it's a junior college, essentially, and it is under their auspices that I teach concurrent credit comp in my class. I keep these anchor charts up on the board for the RACE method of writing and for CSRQ, complete sentence restating the question, to constantly remind the kids of the fundamentals when they do responses. I try to hammer them on making their responses be really sharp and restating the question, that type of thing. I'm real big on putting up my kids' art and putting up pictures of my kids when they're in the newspaper or there's something going on in school that they're publicized for. So if a kid does a drawing, I put it up for them. I keep little pictures, like when they get the Sonic Student of the Month or something like that, I keep those up here. Kids like to see pictures of themselves. Basically, what I try to let my kids is that I care about them, right? I think the thing that's most important is that they feel like I care about them. And when I ask about their stuff, their football, their baseball, their dance competitions, whatever's going on, they start asking about my stuff. They start getting interested in my hiking or my writing or things like that. And when we're asking about each other's interests, that's when they start paying the most attention to me academically. So this has just been a quick tour of my classroom. Just wanted you to get a feel for the vibe of my room. Bye-bye.